if you want to have a certain mindset, you have to be around people that have that mindset. And if you want to find those people, you can always go about it online. And it's very hard for us to be surrounded by people that we love to, follow in the footsteps of, because most people that are around us are not that ambitious or are not really in aligned with our goals and our values. So we have to find people that have the same value and have the same goal and have the same mindset, that like, or this that mindset that you want to have but you haven't attained it yet. You haven't had the capacity to like take it on entirely, so you have to like get closer to those people, to those mentalities. And the way you're gonna go about that is to view and to like collect people that are great in their thinking and listen to them every single day. Like, surround yourself with those people through podcasts, through books, through internet, whatever you're doing, whatever you're consuming, make it so that it improves your mentality, and it gives you that goal, that sort of like mentality that you need to achieve your goal. So you can look at like so many people that you admire online and try to like listen to them and study how they think, study what they do in a particular situation that you're in. Like right now, if they were in that situation, in this situation that you're in, how would they go about solving this problem that you're dealing with? Like it's at the beginning you're gonna consciously ask yourself these questions, but as you go on and as you listen to them even more, if you repeat this every single day, you become them, and it happens like subconsciously, and you can understand, and like you can actually see that you're changing into this other type of you, other version of you that is going to take on any challenges and is not going to back down from bigger difficulties that might be in your way when you're like going through whatever you're going through to achieve that goal. So it's very hard to find people in real life that you can like connect with and you can spend time with. Even if you find them, even if you're like around successful people, like people that are super ambitious, people that have such great values and such strong sense of purpose and strong sense of mission, and they're driven all the time, even if you find them, they're not going to be able to like allocate any time to spend with you. So like the best option that you've got is to like curate your content, the whatever content you're consuming, to be from those guys, from those people that are inspiring and have certain mentality that are almost existential. If you listen to them, they kind of have this view of reality that is different. It's like very extraordinary, because in order to become extraordinary, in order to be above the normal, above the average, you have to have a mentality, an extraordinary mentality, and an extraordinary I can't even talk anymore, above average idea that drives you forward. So like that sort of philosophy is different from the average person. And it's so vitally important for us to like develop our philosophy, because philosophy is like your belief system and your entire consciousness. So it's not even your consciousness, it's like your subconscious that drives your consciousness. So if you have like a deep-rooted belief system, you're going to be driven by that, no matter how terrible it is or how beautifully curated it is. We all have it. It's either like driving us into the wrong road or it's driving us into the path that we desire. So like we have to look at our subconscious all the time. We have to be careful what we're like holding dear to our heart, because sometimes you find yourself like procrastinating on something, and when you dig deeper to figure out what's underneath it all, like what's causing this procrastination, what's causing this lack of energy and lack of determination and stamina, you figure out that there's something, some sort of like belief system or belief statement. It's as if like there's like one sentence inside of your head that has been repeated over and over, and you've become prone to believing it, and you've eventually believed it. And so it has become so integrated in your psyche that it runs you almost like into whatever it's driving you towards. So like you are enslaved by your own psyche, and your psyche is the accumulation of all the things that you've heard. And it's not just those things that you think is true. It's also those things that you've repeatedly entered your psyche. You know, when you're around people that are super negative, you're probably going to not notice the fact that you're changing, but eventually you're going to change into a person that is similar to what they are, like what those people characterize as. So those characteristics are going to become your characteristics. And because you hate those characteristics, so like for example, like when I'm saying you hate it, I'm mentioning this because most of us are around people that we don't really like, right? I mean, it's either work or it's people that we are allowing to be in our lives, or friends that we don't want to have, but we're kind of, falling into them in a way. But we have to like be aware of the fact that even if you like don't think that you're gonna become them, it's eventually gonna happen, because it's your like your subconscious, whatever you concern yourself with, not even concern yourself with, whatever you surround yourself with, whatever environment you're in, it's like osmosis. It's just gonna seep into your soul. It just enters it, when it enters your soul, and it's just very hard to get it out of your system. It's the illumination of something that has been so deeply rooted in your head is probably not going to be that easy. So what you're gonna do is to slowly shift the environment you're surrounded by. So like what you're gonna try to look for are those people that have great ideologies and great philosophies and great mindset that they're like always reminding themselves of. So like those statements that they say all the time, like listening to those interviews that they've done really, and listening to their speech and figuring out what exactly is at the cornerstone of their mentality, and like taking that on by paying attention to it, because whatever we pay attention to, it grips us, and it becomes us, and it possesses us. So you have to pay attention to things that you want to become, not things that are just like there and you happen to be around it, and like you probably think you're just the victim of your environment, but you're not. You always can like distract yourself from it and retreat into your own zone of like growth and self-improvement, because that's how you're gonna change this situation, by retreating back to your roots, and not to your roots, but like I don't even know what that means, but to whatever you think is going to get you nearer to that version of you that you admire. And so we have to make it a part of our identity, because like whatever we surround ourselves by, we are gonna become that, right? And once you become a certain identity, action is gonna pursue. Action is only gonna come after your identity, right? It's like whatever you are, you're gonna do that. If I am an athlete, I'm gonna do athletic things. If I am a reader, I'm gonna read. If I am this, I'm gonna do that. So like it's just like whatever you think you are, you're gonna try to do actions that are in line with that. It's just like your psyche is gonna carry that out. It's even subconscious. It's happening subconscious. So like I'm telling you, be wary of the fact that you're probably gonna become someone you don't wanna become if you're around people or exposed to ideas that you do not like. You're just gonna take it on without you being aware of it. So be careful. Be careful. I'm telling you, be careful. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Like, even working at an environment that you hate, or like working at a job that you hate, if you do something that you hate, you're probably gonna become something that you hate. And once that happens, oh my God, it's very hard to live your life because you hate yourself every single day. You wake up and you don't want to be facing yourself at all. You don't want to be inside of you. You just don't want to be alive anymore. So it's very dangerous to do stuff that we hate and we know that is not like valuable. If we think it's not valuable, then we have to like forget about it and never do it and try to like detach ourselves from it. And if we think people are behaving in a very bad way or like in a very, evil way, then we have to like be able to like get ourselves out of that environment because it's very dangerous. I'm telling you, you become them and you're gonna hate on yourself afterward. And that's not a joke, okay? It's not a joke. You're probably going to suffer a ton and it'll just eat you up, man. It will just eat you up. You have to be able to like get your act together. And the only way you can do that, the only way you can start that process is by allowing no evil around you. Because evil has a way of seeping into your soul and being so sneaky about it that you're probably not gonna understand it until the day you wake up one day and then you realize that you hate the entirety of your life and yourself and your identity and your character. Everything about you is gonna feel so despicable to you. So be careful out there. Thank you for listening to me.